Aisha Bennett cleans offices at night, her hijab marking her as different in a world that often overlooks her existence. At Westlake Financial, when sunset prayer and corporate policy collide in empty hallways, she makes a choice that changes everything. One woman's act of quiet courage becomes a catalyst for unexpected alliances, challenging long-held beliefs and transforming a workplace in ways no one could have predicted. Part 1. The decision. Aisha Bennett had worked at Westlake Financial for 3 years, yet still felt like an outsider. The moment she stepped into the empty office after hours, she breathed a sigh of relief. This was her time. As she pushed her cleaning cart down the corridor, she glanced at her watch. Sunset was approaching, and she had a decision to make. During the day, she felt the stares that followed her hijab-framed face through the hallways. Her supervisor, Mrs. Reynolds, had hired her despite raised eyebrows from management. But tonight, Mrs. Reynolds had left early. Aisha reached the executive floor, her final area to clean. The sun was sinking rapidly. She couldn't wait any longer. With trembling hands, Aisha pulled out her small prayer rug. She'd always managed to pray in the cramped bathroom or stairwell, but today's board meeting had thrown off her schedule. What would they do if they saw me? She wondered, unfurling the rug in the hallway. She removed her shoes and faced east. Just as she began her prayer, she heard the click of heels against marble. Through lowered eyes, she glimpsed expensive shoes stopping abruptly. "Excuse me," a sharp voice cut through her concentration. "What exactly do you think you're doing?" Aisha's heart hammered. Unauthorized activities after hours could mean termination. The woman didn't wait for an answer. "Stay right there," she snapped, pulling out her phone. "I'm calling Mr. Davidson." As the woman walked away, Aisha continued her prayer, fear coursing through her veins. Would she still have a job tomorrow? Part 2. The confrontation. Mr. Davidson's footsteps echoed through the corridor. Aisha had finished her prayers and was folding her rug, hands trembling. "Miss Chen says you've been engaging in unauthorized activities," Mr. Davidson said. Behind him stood Sarah Chen, the marketing director, arms crossed. "I was praying, sir," Aisha said. "It was time for Maghrib, the sunset prayer." "This is a place of business, not a mosque," Sarah interrupted. "There are security concerns. Let Miss Bennett speak," Mr. Davidson said. "How long have you worked here?" 3 years next month? "We can't have employees performing religious rituals in the hallways," Sarah insisted. "My prayer takes 5 minutes," Aisha replied. "I've always found private spaces, but today the meeting ran late and sunset waits for no one." Mr. Davidson gestured to a nearby conference room. "Would you join me for a brief conversation?" As they entered, Aisha wondered if she would be fired. "My grandfather was a man of faith," Mr. Davidson said. "Not your faith, but devout nonetheless. Has your faith ever interfered with your duties here?" "No, sir. I've always completed my work on time." "Then why haven't I seen you pray before?" "I try not to be visible." "Why?" "Because I've been fired for it before," she admitted. "They said it made others uncomfortable." Davidson leaned forward. "What would make you comfortable here?" Before Aisha could answer, Sarah burst in. "Richard, the board is waiting." Davidson held up his hand. "Tell them I'll be proposing a new company policy tomorrow morning." Part 3. The policy. By noon the next day, everyone had received the email. Aisha read it during lunch. Effective immediately, Westlake Financial is implementing a new inclusive workspace policy. All employees are entitled to reasonable religious accommodations, including access to the third-floor conference room designated for prayer, meditation, or quiet reflection. Her phone buzzed with a text from Mrs. Reynolds. "Did you see? Come to my office." As Aisha walked through the cubicles, she felt the stares again, but something was different. Outside Mrs. Reynolds' office, Sarah Chen emerged. Miss Bennett," Sarah said stiffly. "This policy doesn't mean special treatment. If your prayers interfere with your work—" "They never have," Aisha interrupted. "And they never will." For a moment, the two women stared at each other. Then Sarah walked away. Inside, Mrs. Reynolds smiled. "Quite a morning." Mr. Davidson called a special board meeting. Sarah fought him on this policy. Why would he create an entire policy because of one incident? "It wasn't just about you. Last month, our Hindu programmer was reprimanded for religious symbols at his desk. Before that, our Jewish analyst was denied time off for Yom Kippur. But why now? Sometimes people need to see something with their own eyes." Mr. Davidson appeared in the doorway. Miss Bennett, there's something I'd like to show you." He led her to the third floor, to the conference room mentioned in the email. The room had been transformed. Prayer rugs faced east alongside yoga mats and meditation cushions. A bookshelf held religious texts. A schedule on the wall had already been filled with names. People came forward immediately, Mr. Davidson explained. Many employees have been hiding parts of themselves. Why are you showing me this? She asked. Because courage inspires courage, he replied. Your decision made me realize how many might be forced to choose between faith and work. Sarah appeared at the door. The press release is ready, Mr. Davidson. Thank you. Would you walk Miss Bennett through the scheduling system? As he left, Sarah's professional mask slipped just enough for Aisha to see her discomfort. The system is straightforward, Sarah began. Mr. Chen, Aisha interrupted gently. What were you afraid of when you saw me praying? The question hung between them. I wasn't afraid, she said. I was... The fire alarm blared, cutting off Sarah's words. As they evacuated, Aisha wondered if she'd ever hear the end of that sentence. Part 4. The Understanding. 2 weeks later, Aisha found the office unusually quiet. Most staff had left early for the company's quarterly celebration. The prayer room had been a success. She'd even made new friends. A Sikh accountant and a Buddhist from HR who now greeted her in the hallways. Not everyone had embraced the change. Sarah Chen still averted her eyes when passing Aisha. On the executive floor, Aisha heard voices from Mr. Davidson's office. It's causing division. Sarah's voice carried through the door. People are self-segregating based on religion. Change takes time, Mr. Davidson replied. My parents fled religious persecution, Sarah said quietly. They never practiced their faith again, even in America. They taught me that religion in public leads to conflict. And you believe that's right? Davidson asked. I believed it was the only approach. Until recently. What changed? I saw them in the prayer room, the Hindu programmer and the Muslim cleaning woman, sitting side by side. Different prayers, different gods, same space. It challenged something I've believed my entire life. Aisha backed away quietly. 20 minutes later, Sarah emerged and spotted Aisha. For a long moment, neither woman spoke. Miss Bennett, Sarah said finally. I owe you an apology. My reaction was based on fear, not reality. I was wrong about you. Would you tell me about your prayers sometime? What they mean to you? The request was so unexpected that Aisha could only nod. Thank you, Sarah said simply, then walked away. As the sun set, Aisha glanced at her watch. Prayer time would come again soon. This time she would use the prayer room, the space that existed because of a choice she made 2 weeks ago. Her phone buzzed with a notification. Someone had added a booking to the prayer room schedule. The name beside the time slot, Sarah Chen. Aisha smiled. Some conversations didn't require words to begin.
Enjoying our stories? Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any of our upcoming content.